Go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are back once again. This is your boy Stevie Ray, and I am the host of the world's most dangerous podcast, Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray. And we're here again on a Monday night. I know a lot of you guys out there watching professional wrestling, but I'm doing this, as you guys can see. I can always tape the wrestling shows and go back and look at them later, because there's a lot of stuff I want to fast forward through, you know? That's how it is for me. But hey, man, glad to see everybody back. I'm glad to be back. Had some good shows last week. Had a good black and white show last week with Vince Russo, talking about all things, everything, man. And that's the way we like it. But at the end of the day, you know, I got the guys on Instagram hanging on. I'm going to eventually be able to put the Instagram app into my system so those guys can see everything like you guys see everything. But as of right now, you know, I don't have it in, but I'm working on it. Please sign at convention soon. I would love to book you, someone is saying out there. I don't really do a lot of conventions anymore, man, because, you know, they don't pay worth of shit, to be honest. I'm not trying to shit on them and talk bad about them and stuff like that. But I've been going to conventions for a long time. And nowadays, conventions are just for everybody in the wrestling business to show up and try to make money off the fans. And to me, you know, it used to be legends, you know, people that have put in the grind and put in the work, put in the wrench time. But nowadays, you know, it's just anybody and everybody, especially the girls that show up scantily clad and stuff like that. I'm about everybody making their hustle, man. But hey, man, I'd rather to see those people do what they do. And, you know, the guys out there that's really trying to, you know, get stuff done. It doesn't seem to add up sometimes. So that's why I don't really do a lot of conventions anymore, other than because, you know, you just can't make the kind of money that I used to make on conventions. And nowadays, like I said, man, you got girls that show up, you know, and, hey, and nothing against that. But, you know, it's hard to go against that when these young guys today want to see the guys scantily clad like that. And they don't care if they did anything in the wrestling business or not. They just want to get an autograph and take a picture with them. And I'm down with that, man. It's all good. But, you know, as far as conventions go, brother, I pick and choose them. And I don't know, a lot of time they're just not worth my time for me to be out for 3 days and don't make the kind of money that I'm usually making, man. But no disrespect. And I couldn't see who was that said that. But that's just how it is for me nowadays. But some of the guys just like to go to conventions so they can, you know, reminisce with, you know, the guys we used to work with in the business and stuff like that. Frankly, I don't really give a shit about that kind of stuff, man, because, you know, it is what it is. But I appreciate it. What's up, Kush? What's up, Daniel? Queen, your Ravens got the Texans. The Ravens look good. I'm gonna give it to you, Queen. They finally look good this year, Queen. For the last 2-3 years, you've been talking about what your Ravens gonna do, and they ain't did it yet. They finally showed up and they did it. Now next week, Queen. Next week, let's see them shut down them Kansas City Chiefs. Then we'll talk, Queen. Then we'll talk. Okay? That's when we'll talk. What's up, Kron? But uh but at the end of the day, man, that's how it's going to be. That's how it is. We had some good games over the weekend. Jimmy, I don't know if Jimmy is going to be on tonight or not. Because last week I didn't do a show on Monday because hey man, we had the playoffs going on with had my Steelers playing that day. So I couldn't do the show, man. I was too occupied. But y'all know how it goes. That's just how it's going to be during football season, man. I just don't get down like that. It's football season, man. What can I do? And, this city was buzzing. This city was buzzing with the Titans making it to the playoffs. They went as far as they could, man, but they ran up against a juggernaut, which is the Baltimore Ravens and the Baltimore Ravens. And, Jackson, the quarterback here, they did it. They did their job, man. The Texans, people in the town got a lot to be proud about because the Texans won 3 games last year. Texans won 3 games. This year they won 10, 11 with the 1 playoff game. So, hey, man, the people in Houston are very, very they're very, very proud of their Texans team, and I'm proud of them too, man. With a rookie quarterback, a rookie coach, and a rookie offensive coordinator on that team. Who is this? On the Sideline podcast. I'm meeting the real head of the table, Rikishi, soon. Okay, I don't really understand what that has to do with me, with all due respect. But good for you. I don't really know what that comment actually pertains to. I'm meeting the real head of the table, Rikishi. Okay, on the Sideline podcast. What does that have to do with me? I mean, why are you telling me that? I mean, that's your business. Take care of it. It's the only thing I can. That's the only response I know right now. Take care of your business, brother. Good for you. Alpha says Niners and Chiefs Super Bowl. Okay, Alpha. Queen got something to say about that. Queen say Ravens going to eat your ass alive. That's what she said. She said we whooping the Chiefs. I'm reading it right now. She said Patrick Mahomes going to be jumping around doing TikTok dances like his brother that damn near went to jail for kissing that woman. That's what Queen said. I ain't in it, man. My name Bennett. I'm not in it. I'm just telling you what people say. That's what she said. Don't look at me. I'm just trying to get by. You dig? But we shall see. We shall see. Kush, that's what she said. I ain't in it, man. Lions and Packers Super Bowl. Well, how the Packers gonna be in it and they just got put out? How they gonna be in it? Kush, Packers lost this week. Shit. Maybe you didn't see the game. Maybe you was sleeping around that time. Kush, I don't know. Got to keep up with the times, baby. And how can 2 NFC teams go to the Super Bowl anyway? Kush, do you need me to give you a little edification on how this playoff thing work? Because I can break it down for you if you want me to. All you gotta do is give me the word. Just give me the word. I'll enlighten you if you want me to. We'll put it like this: the Lions and the Packers actually play in the same division. You know what I'm saying? They're playing the same division, so they can't go to the Super Bowl and play each other. The Lions, I said before when everybody was lined up in the playoff, this is honest to God truth. A friend of mine was asking me about who did I think was going to, with the playoff setup and everything structured, who did I think was going to go to the Super Bowl? And this is what I said for the NFC. I said the only team that I can see beating the San Francisco 49ers in the playoffs in the NFC was the Detroit Lions. And they looked at me like, really? And they were picking teams like Dallas and they were picking teams like the Rams because they was hot. Here it is. 49ers getting that shot that I told all these guys that's the team I thought could beat them. They especially can play with them because of their offense and because of their defensive pass rush. So 49ers didn't look as good as they usually look because you had a wet field, and Brock Purdy was having problems throwing the ball in the wet. Actually, they was having problems running the ball too, but they still got the job done. That's what people have to look at sometimes. The elements, man. Sometimes the elements can make such a big difference. And not only that, the Green Bay Packers didn't look so good also because they weren't in that Dallas Cowboys stadium like they were last week when all the elements are right and all the players are undisciplined. Yeah. But still, man, they put up a gallant effort, man. And that's what I like to see when it comes to playoff football. Gallant effort. Everybody giving their all. Win or lose, man. Shake the man's hand. You got me today. Hopefully I see you next year. Good luck to you guys. Go out and do what you do. That's sportsmanship. You don't cry. You don't bitch. You don't moan. You don't make excuses like the Dallas Cowboys and all the Dallas Cowboy fans. You don't do that. Fighting with each other on the sideline. You don't do that. Shake the man's hand. Take responsibility and accountability. It's not the end of the world like everybody think it is. It's a football game. It's just a game. It's a kid's game. Don't let these people out here in the media turn you into something that you're not. Don't do that. And don't let this listening to this garbage in the media turn fans into what they're not. Has anybody seen these videotapes of people fighting in the audience over a game? Really? A game. I'm looking at one video where this lady is all up in this brother's grill talking shit because her husband's sitting right there. I'm telling you right now, that could not have been me. I done paid good money to get to see. And this crazy ass Karen all up in my grill, I would have threw that bitch all the way to the field and knocked her husband ass out fucking with me. That's how you deal with ignorance. Yeah. Sean says Brock Purdy was throwing ducks. Oh my God. I think Sean, I think you're right. They missed two good ones, but you got to realize it was raining, man. The weather made him throw a bad pass. Not the one, because I think that dude Savage knew that play was coming. He knew that one was coming. Same way he did with Dallas. He knew the play before they even ran the play. That's why he's standing there like a statue. Brock didn't see him. And you remember last week, Dak didn't see him. I don't know if he would have went to the house, but it still would have been a big play. But you're right about that. But in those kind of conditions, man, you got to expect stuff like that. But at the end of the day, man, it ain't about what you didn't do. It's about what you did do. And what did you do? You won the game. At the end of the day, I don't care if it's by hook, by crook. I don't care if it's by inch or a mile. Nobody remembers the guys that lost. They only remember the guys that won. That's just the way it is, baby. Just the way it is. Alpha says, Stevie, quit reminding me my Cowboys discussed it. Very disappointing season ending. Mike McCarthy coming back. Hopefully Quinn gets another job. And you know what, Alpha? I'm going to let you in on a little secret. A little secret I've been keeping for a little while. You know what the little secret is, Alpha? As long as you're watching the Cowboys and Jerry Jones is attached to them, you and I are going to be having the same conversation every year. We're going to be having the same conversation every year. I think we are. I think we ready for the playoffs. I think Mike McCarthy did a good job. Yep. Yeah. Cowboys really make me laugh, man. They really make me laugh. I mean, it's hilarious. They're the real housewives of the NFL. Like I said last week, they're the real housewives. They're a walking reality show. Man, did you see what Skip Bayless and Michael Parsons then got into it? Come on, man. Now you know the shit. Michael Parsons just have to realize, man, don't even respond to Skip Bayless bullshit, bro. Don't nobody give a fuck about this dude no more, bro. And the only reason they gave a damn about him because Shannon Sharp was on the show with him. I tried to tell people when Shannon Sharp, y'all remember me telling you this? When Shannon Sharp leave that show, it's gonna fall into the gutter, the cellar. Didn't I tell you that? But Ray Dog don't know nothing. He don't know what he's talking about. This is the deal, brother. I'm from the entertainment business. Been around the entertainment way before I got into the wrestling business. Yeah. One guy is a personality. The other guy is a talent. You hear it? I say it again. One guy is a personality. The other guy is a talent. Talent will always rise above a personality. Nobody wants to watch him anymore. Now you got Richard Sherman on there. Michael Irvin, Keyshawn Johnson. Those guys are very good at what they do, but they ain't no Shannon Sharp. Skip Bayless looks like the Vanilla Ice of sports. The white dude in the front with the three black guys dancing behind him. That's what it reminds me of. Vanilla Ice, 1992-93. Ice, baby. That's what it reminds me of. But be that as it may, don't get me started. Alpha, I'm just telling you the truth, man. I'm just trying to save you a lot of heartache and misery. That's all. Just trying to tell you a little heartache, misery, and mental anguish. Okay? That's all I'm trying to do, man. Heartache and misery and mental anguish. That's not good for a young man like yourself. You need to listen to those, Uncle Stevie, man. Trying to help you. But I can only do so much, man. You know, I can only do so much. You know, before the bottom falls out everything. You know, I can only do so much. I can give you advice. I can let you know how things go. Because in all actuality, I'm like a black Nostradamus. That's what I'm like, a black Nostradamus. I can tell you it's going to happen before it happens. You can listen. You don't have to. But Daniel, in regards to Dallas, J.R. Ewing is rolling over. J.R. rolling over this grave. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. Don't do him like that. Oh, man. Oh, brother. Hey, I like Keyshawn Johnson. He gives good exact. Hey, nobody ever said anything about Keyshawn Johnson. I just said those guys are very good at what they do, but they're not Shannon Sharp. Giving good insight is one thing. Being a talent is another. Totally different thing, bro. This is the entertainment business. People want to be, at the end of the day, informed, but they want to be entertained first. That's how it goes now. And that's what Skip Bayless tried to do by getting into these little beefs with different people and stuff like that. But by the mere fact that he's the number one narcissist and bloviating blowhard on television, that's why his show, even on Fox, can drop from number 1 to number 3 or 4, even on Fox Sports. The shows that nobody gave a damn about, now everybody gives a damn about them. What does that tell you, brother? Nobody wants to see you. And then he's got a nerve to do a podcast that nobody even watches. Has no guests and is just looking at him. Who wants to look at that face looking like Grandpa from the old Monsters sitcom? Who wants to look at that face all day, bro? I don't. Unbelievable. Anyway, man, let's see if Jimmy's out there in the world. Let's see if he's out there, man. Jimmy!
My good friend Stevie Ray, can you hear me?
Yeah, man. What's going on, man?
All right,
Hold on a
man.
second, Jimmy. Hey, all the guys on Instagram, man. Jimmy is on the show right now, and you guys can't see me, but if you can't see him, brother, you can go to Stevie Ray TV, okay? Stevie Ray TV on YouTube. Right now, we're live. Stevie Ray TV on YouTube, or either Stevie Ray TV on Twitch, okay? And matter of fact, you also can go on Stevie Ray TV on Facebook. I'm live on Facebook right now. So if anybody wants to see the show, because right now you guys can only see me, go download one of those, become a subscriber, and we can chop it up. As of right now, I'm just letting you guys know that you still want to watch me. But anyway, what's going on, Jimmy? I had to get that little announcement out of the way, man.
Well, first of all, great to see you after the 60-day hiatus.
Oh, yeah, brother. Everything's still going on, right?
Before we get into all the happenings real quick, I want to give a shout out to everyone that sent me a text, email, and called on the condolences of my auntie passing on.
That's great.
Local news in New Orleans, nationwide news all over the world. So
yeah, I saw it.
You can see a picture right behind me. You see a picture right behind me here. So
okay, I even saw it. I even saw it on somebody did a YouTube thing on it.
Yeah, a lot of
somebody did a YouTube thing on it. I saw it on there.
Yeah, man. So it just, she wasn't a spring chicken, but it still came as a shock because we knew that she had passed on, but it hadn't been released to the public yet. And that was an odd space to be in. With I go to a Wikipedia page and Jean Knight is, and I knew it was, and it was just
right.
It was a strange space. I'm sure you've been involved in that too since you.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Then you hear it before it goes public and stuff, but
right.
But being a comedian, I was one of the speakers, which I was honored to do, and to be a pallbearer for I could just only imagine someone in the audience looking at the program, and her son's an MD/JD, and I could see somebody reading that saying, I didn't know Emil was gay, He's part of the LGBT. So, but anyway, man, yeah. So, happy New Year to everybody. First appearance for me this year on the show, man. So it's good to be back in the groove, and let's catch up and have some fun.
I think this is your first appearance. I think Sonny's only been on once. Also, Sonny wasn't on last week.
Okay.
Because I wanted to talk about football.
Yeah.
So Sonny wasn't on last week, and I gave him the night off because then I didn't want him to kill. I had too much to talk about, Jimmy. I had too much to talk about. And then on the Black and White show this past week, a couple of weeks, 2 weeks in a row, we was talking about the whole. Matter of fact, one of the guys come along. His name Carl. He visits us once every quarter or so. And we go over some certain things that's going on in the African American community, and how he sees things, Vince Russo, as speaking for the white community, and as we try to educate him on certain things that's going on in the Black community, as how he sees and how it really is, So, and the topic we had the last time we talked was some of the stuff that was going on with the Cat Williams interview that he did with Shannon Sharp. And you being a comedian, I know you can relate to all of it. But from the outside looking in, we both, Carl and I, had our point of views about it. But at the end of the day, it's positives and negatives to everything, man. And the way I see it, because I don't like this atmosphere that we're in right now as it pertains to Black entertainers putting down other Black entertainers.
Right.
It's funny to a degree. And I know Cat, he was venting in a lot of ways. But at the end of the day, I know Steve Harvey personally. I've met Cedric the Entertainer, and they're just guys to me. I don't look at them the same way, America looks at them because I know them. And what I think this starts, it just puts fuel on the fire of what's already going on in our community. Everybody capping on everybody else. And the only people that profit from it is not us.
Right.
And I don't like that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I mean, it's funny to a degree. It was funny because I watched it to a degree and it was good info. But then you look at the bigger picture. What it does is spark something for everybody else to try to get in on that kind of stuff so they can try to get their bag for something similar to it too. And that's what I frankly have a problem with, because I think he really ignited something that was always, it was always a smither there, but now I think it's a fire. What do you think?
Well, no, well, I've already, we discussed this a long time ago, Stevie. And I'm talking Black folk, we see things in the abstract of entertainment. Mm-hmm. That's why we call each other nigger, bitch, whore.
Right.
Because we're seeing in an abstract of entertainment, but these things are being used to towards our demise.
Right.
In other words, I know what you're saying, but the other side of the coin is looking at that saying, you see how they are? We don't have to educate them. We don't have to feed them. We don't have to house them. This is life undeserving of life.
Right.
That's how they see us when these things happen. And it was entertainment, and it was funny, because the thing about comedy, the funniest thing you've ever heard in your life, Stevie, you never heard it from a comedian on the stage.
Right.
Okay. And when he went off and said, if this ugly ass nigga is good looking, all niggas is good looking.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And you would never hear that on stage, but you heard it in a conversation format. But I was you mentioned something about Dallas, and I'm a huge Dallas fan. JR, you and I got a picture of all of them in the back here, man. I go to the reunions and everything at the ranch. And then one of those people on that show, Stevie, JR, Bobby, Sue, you would not mind one of those people running your company for you. Okay? Look at Empire. Which person would you hire to run your company on Empire? Who would you hire? You see, they're all dysfunctional. See,
exactly.
That's how we are presented.
Exactly.
And I
know the money is in the dysfunctionality. And I'm glad you brought up J Dog. What's up? What was that? Lawman talking about tightens up. Tightens up, man. You lucky I got something to talk about. He lucky I got something to talk about today, Jimmy. Or I would be all over him. I'd be all over him, bro. But he lucky we talking about some serious stuff right now. Yeah. So I'm gonna let you slide. Oh, Lawman, I'm gonna let you slide. Matter of fact, I think I should just cut him off the show. What do you think? I should delete him, man, for coming in this conversation.
I'm gonna let you make that call.
He shouldn't have came in this conversation with that, Jimmy. Dale gonna be right behind him in a minute. But anyway, Jimmy. Anyway, Jimmy. They can't even. Anyway, Jimmy. He done make me lose my train of. See that, Loma? You done made me lose my damn train of thought, man.
Yeah, but I was asking you, who would you hire to run your company? Making the comparison.
Okay, that's right. You was asking me that. I'm gonna say this. I'm not gonna hire anybody from any of those shows. This is the thing. If you notice anything about Black entertainment for the last 15 years, 20 years, maybe 15 at least, every popular show is dealing with the same kind of dysfunctionality. That dysfunctionality has become normal. It is inverted now. You see what I'm saying? You look at this show like Power, The Dope Man, rises to the top. the murders, the sex. If the shows don't, I mean, look at all of these shows, man. If it doesn't have that kind of drama, in one way or another, the shows are not popular. You cannot put a show on television that has an all-black cast that's going to do anything unless it has some kind of fucked up dysfunctionality, street jargon bullshit attached to it. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, again, right, but
they even bringing the Fresh Prince back and putting it under those same guidelines. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't seen that.
Oh, bro.
But that's again, Steve. That's all to justify the annihilation of us.
I already know that
when that's being presented.
I already know that, and that's what we were trying to tell Vince the other day. But this is the thing. That is where the situation with Cat Williams. He might mean this about it, but once it hits the airways, it turns into this, the bigger picture.
Right.
And they take that and use it. And now it was even on, they even did a skit on Saturday Night Live this weekend.
No shit.
Yeah. With Shannon Sharpe interviewing Cat Williams.
Oh my God. Who plays Shannon Sharpe?
I didn't see it. I just heard Shannon talking about it.
Okay.
I don't watch Saturday Night Live, man. I haven't watched Saturday Night Live since Chevy Chase was still on there.
Yeah. Season 1.
You know what I'm saying?
Season 1. A lot of people think he was on there for a couple of years. Chevy Chase was on there for one season. The first
1975.
Yeah. One season. Anyway, yeah.
Right.
Wow.
No, I used to watch Saturday Night Live back in the day, but I stopped watching it way before Eddie Murphy was even on there. Because when it first came out, that was groundbreaking, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It was groundbreaking, Saturday Night Live. Then I got little shows here and there, but you got to realize I always had jobs where I worked at night. Right. So it was hard for me to see them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that show, I don't know if you know about this, but that show was that close to being canceled. And
what was that?
That show was that close to being canceled.
I heard.
And they put this little skinny black kid on there named Eddie Murphy, and that whole thing turned around because he saved that show and really was never really given proper credit for that. You know, but he really did save that damn show. That show was about to be canceled, man.
Hey, wait a minute. Calcutta, what you talking about, man? Calcutta said, I heard about the border protection in Texas today. Border protection. Calcutta, you about to get canceled too. Anyway, Virginia.
you canceling everybody, man.
I'm getting on them, bro. I'm getting on them.
It ain't mid-season yet, man. Shit. So.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, going back to what we were talking about, nobody sees this. Nobody sees this. What Hollywood is turning dysfunctionality into something normal. That if you're not some kind of player, if you're not some kind of pimp, if you're not some kind of hustler, if you're not this, that, and the other, the television doesn't work for you. Right. And that's why I give credit to actually Cedric the Entertainer with a show like The Neighborhood. That is a very funny show, but it's got a half black cast and a half white cast. That works. That works. And there's nothing wrong with that. I can watch that show and laugh, and I can relate to everything that's going on to it. So you telling me, and you remember this just like I do, Jimmy. See, I bring a lot of this stuff up on the Black and White show because I don't talk about it on this show because I'm trying to convey things to Vince that he's not privy to, you know what I'm saying? Or he doesn't think about. But I'm going to bring this up. You remember when the WB came out?
All right.
And they had all those black funny shows.
Yeah, the Moesha's and
that put them all on the map. You remember that?
Right, that's right.
Put them all on the map. And then after they used them up, where they at now? Where they at, Jimmy?
Right. What? They don't have a use for them.
But see, don't nobody talk about that though. See what I'm saying? How you took these people and made billions off them. One show after another. The WB, that was the new thing. Now you look at any sitcoms on the alternative stations, ain't none of them on there no more, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give two shits about that kind of stuff anymore. And that put them all on the map. Made a lot of people famous. It goes to show you with critical thinking for an alternative type comedy, it can work if you got the right people doing it at the right time, on the right station, with the right writers, with the right people. Brother, you can do anything. It ain't got to be about the dope man. It ain't got to be about the murderer. It ain't got to be about the sex. It ain't got to be about the dysfunctionality. Like that show Power, or that show, the one you just mentioned. Which
Empire.
one was that?
Empire.
And people get so into that. And I'm like, who on this earth would want to live in a dysfunctional world? I done been in jail. All my kids are fucked up. One guy that went to Ivy League school and his brain is messed up. One kid, the little one, fighting with whoever every day. Cookie. I mean, I'm like, are we that fucked up? I just want to know. As a people, when did we become that fucked up? You're at the highest level of entertainment, but you're the craziest son of a guns on earth.
Right. And the answer is, Scandal is a well-written show. It is so and I bet you, if that was a black president having an affair with a white woman, that show wouldn't have gone past season 1. Okay.
Exactly.
See, she was his concubine at the end of the day.
Like like Tyler Perry's The Oval.
Yeah. See.
But all black shows got the network jumping and then cancels the black shows for white shows. Yeah, Butch, that's what we're talking about, man. And we start this conversation off, all of that stuff ties in to what we're talking about right now. All of that stuff, we were talking about the word woke, that these people on the right love to talk about and put it in their context. Woke has been around, for all of y'all that don't know, woke has been around the African-American community for a zillion years. That's something else you done stole and made it your own and turned it into something else. Yeah, I'm just going to tell it like it is. Woke is what black people tell other black people what to look out for. Woke. Knowing your adversary. Woke. Don't get, suckered into something you think it is, but it's not really that. Woke. Okay? That's what woke comes from. Now these people on the right then took it and turned it into something else, and people buying into it. Because see, when it was just something we talk about in our community, you didn't give a damn about it. See, that's why I don't like to talk about these things on Straight Shooting with Stevie Ray, because we got to keep things light. But on my other podcast, yeah, I get down with it. I get funky with it, because it's about edification. But all that ties into what we're talking about right now. Mm-hmm. All that ties in. You even see it in the athletes. You know what's popular with athletes? Criticizing the black ones. Criticizing the black ones and holding them to another standard than you do the other ones. Just like Dak Prescott last year threw some interceptions. Josh Allen threw just as many and led the league in interceptions the last 3 years. Ain't nobody said a goddamn thing. And I love both of them. I'm just showing you how the media works. Anything black, demagogue it. You'll get more followers, more clicks. Or like Nikki Haley. Why did the Civil War start? Well, it started for many reasons. The guy goes, oh, it didn't have nothing to do with slavery, huh? Well, this is not a racist country. It's never been a racist country. See how they do? Don't get me started. And this is an Indian woman. Don't get me started. I try not to go there when I'm on this show. I try not to. because I don't want to lose. Wait a minute. Dale. Dale is here.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Dale is here.
I got it here, Stevie. Stevie, hold on. I just got the email from Shannon Shaw. Dear Jimmy,
What does it say?
we will be efforting to get Dale on my show to talk about his book. If Cat Williams' interview got 53 million hits, we know Dale can get 5 hits. That's about right. That's about right.
Wait a minute. Dale is saying this. Just stopping by for a second, and Jimmy, that guy wasn't me, bro, who wasn't saying Titans up. He can't seem to get it right. Anyways, if he's a Titan fan, laugh out loud. It's Titans up, not Titans up. Okay. Well, Dale explained that. But Dale, at the end of the day, man, your Titans, you complained about everything with the Titans. The coach can't coach. The offensive coordinator can't call offensive plays. You've gotten everything, brother. Now, next year, if they not what you think they're going to be, I don't know what to tell you, brother. But the worst thing the Titans could have did was got rid of Mike Vrabel. Watch and see what I say. Watch and see. But anyway, Jimmy, where were you?
Yeah. Sure.
No, I'm just saying, if you look at the dysfunction, what they're doing is taking dysfunctionality and what they're doing is taking abnormal and turn it into normal.
Yeah, right. But again,
so you know what that is? When you take abnormal and turn it into normal, that's Frankenstein. Okay? And don't nobody want to talk about it.
No, of course not. That's right, but that's what's going to be pushed on us. Like, okay, for instance, Sexy Red. There's nothing sexy about Sexy Red. See, it's not meant to be attractive. It's meant to be degrading.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's meant to be degrading.
And it preys on young minds.
Yes.
So when young minds become older minds, that is the dysfunctionality that they want when people don't get it. Jimmy, they don't get it. What the fuck is going on, bro?
Yeah.
What the fuck is going on, man?
Yeah.
And you don't even have our black leaders talking about this shit. Then I got to get bombarded on the Black and White podcast with people asking me 50,000 things because they've never thought about it in these ways. It ain't for you to think about it because deep down in the medulla of your brain, it becomes normal to you too. Yeah. It becomes normal to you too.
Yeah. Steve, if I poke you in your eye enough, eventually you habituate to it and it becomes normal.
Right.
So to see that becomes normal. A lot of people are talking about how, Good Times, man, they really had it right on that show because the reruns and stuff on TV One.
Mm-hmm.
The strong father figure, the storylines, it was family, okay? And how you overcome obstacles.
Yes. How you stay together as a unit.
Yes.
Trials and tribulations are out there.
Yes.
But a family that's tight can overcome all of them. Right. You don't hear that message anymore. Yeah. You don't even hear the word family.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead.
But that's why the father left, because he didn't want all that coonery out of JJ, and he wanted the family to go in a certain direction. They got rid of him. So once they got rid of him, it was downhill from there. But that's what they want to present to you. It's like someone told Bill Cosby one time. They say, "Oh God, I've never seen a black family like yours on TV before." And Bill says, "Well, you don't get out much, do you?" In other words, most black people, believe it or not, and I know you one of them. Most of black, they're conservative. We are conservative, but you're seeing that least lowest common denominator be amplified.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
That's what's being amplified, and that becomes the norm after a while. And it's like, well, no, there's nothing wrong with knowing a subject-verb agreement.
You're so right.
Nothing wrong with, you know what I'm saying? You know what
You're
I'm
so
talking about.
right.
You know what I'm trying to say. You know, like what?
No, I know exactly what you're talking. And those, like I said, those are the shows when it pertains to African American people. Those are the shows that's dominating television. That is the music that dominates the charts. And I mean, how do you go from being the most talented, gifted people when it comes to music on this planet? I didn't say in the United States of America. I said on this planet. And I ain't trying to put nobody else down, but every single solitary popular music in this country came from what? I ain't even got to say it, because that's just how we built. That's in our DNA, because we walk to a different beat. And that part of the world where we come from, people can play drums and talk to each other. That's a rhythm. That's a rhythm. And talk. One tribe can talk to another tribe. So you wonder why the princes of the world do what they do, or the Michael Jacksons of the world do what they do, or the Lionel Riches, and the list goes on and on, the Chuck Berrys. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to jazz, when it comes to bebop, all of these different things, rock and roll, because that's what runs in his veins and in his blood. He can't help himself. That's just the way God built him.
Yeah.
But look at the shit you got to listen to now.
And Steve, you remember back in the day, we were the Supremes, the Temptations, OJs. Now it's 50 Cent, not even worth a dollar. You still have to go. you know.
But it goes back to what you say. You take the abnormal and make it normal. You take the 1% and make it the 100%.
Yeah. And you look at it, Stevie. This little girl that was on the TV the other night cheering for a boyfriend. This Taylor Swift. That young lady's she's a billionaire, and she never twerked her ass one time.
Not one time.
Not one time. Do you hear me?
I already know.
You know. So anyway,
I already know, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like when the Grammys came down last year, and they said Beyonce, who is from Houston, and I know her dad, got nothing against her. She's a very, very talented young lady.
All right,
but Beyonce won a Grammy. They said she's won the most Grammys in the history of female Grammys or something of that nature. And you know what I said? Who can't win Grammys when you have no competition? How hard is that?
Yeah.
Who can't win a Grammy, Jimmy, when you ain't got no competition?
Bingo.
Oh, who she gonna go up against? Who she gonna go up against?
Yeah.
You're gonna win Grammys all day. You're the only one doing music.
Yeah.
That the people at the Grammys give a damn about. Yeah. So you're gonna keep. Only thing you gotta do is put an album out. Who can't win a Grammy when you don't have competition? I grew up watching the Grammys when, hey, baby, you had to do something, say something to get a Grammy. You had to be an artist. You might be a one-hit wonder, but you'll be able to live off that one hit for the rest of your natural life. That's how big of a hit it was. Hell.
Stevie, you're right. And you know what? I put the lady right behind me there on my wall. She had that one song, and she
lived off that record.
Yeah, but she
I mean, how many times that record got made into a commercial or somebody? I remember this white band. I can't remember their names, but they used that Mr. Big Stuff music, but it was called something else, and they had a hit. People had hits off her hit. Jimmy, you did something.
Yeah.
She can still go on the cruise ships. She can still do the one-nighters. Okay?
Yeah.
for the rest of her life.
And you know that.
God rest her soul.
Yeah.
But that song will live forever.
Yeah. It's part of our vernacular. You know,
Yes.
like if I come on this show, Stevie, and I say, man, I couldn't sleep at all last night. You might start saying toss and turn. Yeah, you know, so it becomes part of our nomenclature, you know.
Right.
But you know, it just goes to show you the determination, the perseverance, and that's what I said about our memorial is that, you know, that's what I want us to remember, because for a Black woman in that day and age, the go to a meeting and they tried to give her a car. I got one of those in the driveway. Tried to give her a main coat. I got one of those in my closet at my house. Yeah. He said, let me tell you something. I gave birth to the baby. I cut the umbilical cord. I smacked it on the ass. Ain't nobody getting rich before me. Ain't nobody getting rich before me. You know, and I just, you know, they have the determination. But like you said, you have to have the talent, you know, to at least be nominated for something like that. You know,
talent doesn't mean anything anymore. Now, wait a minute. Now, Loman said, Janet with a question mark. Are you joking, bro? That's worse than the Titan thing that he said. Are you jiving, man? Are you kidding, brother?
Don't cancel him, Stevie.
He got to go. He got to go, man. He got to go, man. Come on. Janet who? He can't be talking. Janet Guthrie, the woman race car driver at the OND 500 1976. You can't be who is he talking about, Jimmy? He can't be talking about Janet Jackson. Is he talking about Janet Jackson?
Possibly.
After that, did you see what let me tell you something, man. Did you see what Janet Jackson did at the Super Bowl that year? Loman, I hope you wasn't talking about putting in the Grammys and all that kind of stuff. You remember that day when she did the old nip slip? Do you remember the nip slip?
What you call it, Stevie?
Jimmy, he don't remember the nip slip.
A nip slip.
Yeah, the old nipple slipped out. She don't.
That sounds like a dance song.
Huh?
That sounds like a dance song. Let's do the nip slip, you know? The nip. Do the nip slip.
I think you're right. That'd be a good show. We should write that one for Chubby Checker and let him make a comeback. Updated.
Come on, baby, yeah.
Oh.
Got the first 10 people that submit something gets a free copy of Dale's book.
But no, okay, Loman, I ain't gonna even spend no time on you, bro. You lost it. Queen said Milli Vanilli won a Grammy. Yeah, they did. Now, even though Milli Vanilli, let's talk about this, Queen. Even though Milli Vanilli, the two guys, Rob and Fab, weren't singing the songs, regardless who was singing the song, you liked it and you bought it. That's how good the music and the musicians were, regardless who was out front. Because you buy a song when you hear the music, not when you see who singing it. Because there's been a lot of people that had songs back in the day, and Jimmy, you know this as well as I do. There's been a lot of people didn't even put their faces on their albums. I used to DJ in clubs. Okay, another story that you guys don't know about old Ray Dog. Yes, I was a DJ, and a lot of the albums, you didn't even know who the person were to some of the music that we played in the clubs. Didn't even know what they looked like, because it wasn't about the face. It was about the beat. That's what it was about. So that's why I'm relating that to Milli Vanilli.
You know what, Stephen? Yeah.
What's that?
And you're right about that, because just my opinion, we all have them. I just thought that Evelyn Champagne King, boy, she had some good shit back in the day.
You ain't lying.
But
and do you know? Go ahead.
But she was a little bit strong in the face.
But I'm not talking about what nobody looked like.
I'm not really saying that. I'm talking about when.
Well, that's the thing. When you like somebody,
video started getting popular and stuff like that. But just that, it's just,
when you like somebody back then, everything wasn't about image.
Right, I understand.
But, everything wasn't about image.
Right, but that was the beginning.
You know what I'm saying? There are plenty of women back in those days. You had to have talent, and they didn't give a shit what you looked like.
Yeah,
they didn't care. As long as you could sing. Now, being beautiful was a plus. But how many beautiful women did you really have back in them days? Only a few.
Right.
Only a few popped out at you. A woman could be overweight. It don't matter. It didn't matter. Nowadays, every singer got to look like a goddamn model.
Right. But I'm saying, but when she had those songs, that's when they started making videos and stuff like that. And it just kind of.
But in essence, Evelyn Champagne King came out a little before the video era.
Right.
She came out a little bit before that. Evelyn Champagne King came out in the late 70s, early 80s. So her early stuff hadn't even hit the videos yet.
Right.
Now, I remember this because, like I said, I worked in clubs.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So when you seen somebody on an album, a picture, well, they can make them look better than what they really look.
Yeah.
And you got to realize something. Evelyn Champagne King got discovered working in a studio. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that story.
She got working in a studio, and they heard her singing. And one of the engineers was like, "Hey, was that you singing back there?" I forgot how the story went. And she was like, "Yeah, I think she cleaned up at night like a maid." And the guy say, "Let's lay some of that down on this." The rest is history.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's talent.
Yeah.
Those guys can hear talent. Nowadays, if Jennifer Lopez can become a hit singer, anybody can. Hell, they can put you and I out there.
Yeah.
And we become a hit singer because it ain't about talent no more.
Right. And getting back to the Milli Vanilli thing, the business had become so cosmetic because my contention was, I think was it two guys and a lady that was singing those songs? I mean, I saw the real, I saw the real people.
It was.
I'm like, okay,
yeah, they was. They were real singers,
right? But why couldn't it have been them with Milli Vanilli as a dancing act? And the answer came back to that.
Probably because I think the music. Jimmy, I think the music was made before they ever met Robin Fab.
Right, it was.
You see what I'm
saying? It was. I'm just saying it could have been some type of act or something, but the answer was that the people were too old looking. They were just average looking black folk.
They were.
Kind of like I'm saying about Evelyn. Evelyn, she had songs way before then, but when this stuff started going to video, Love Come Down, and you saw her. Damn, the music was jamming, but Evelyn was just a little bit,
But what I'm just saying, what you're saying is right.
There was a problem there. So
what you're saying is right, but that's not uncommon.
Right, but when it becomes cosmetic,
at that day and time in the mid '80s, that's not uncommon with black singers or white singers.
Right.
That's not uncommon.
No, right.
Both sides. So
No.
People, the mindset of what we got today wasn't like that back then. They just wanted to hear the music and was down for anybody who sung the music. The people were not so image worthy like they are now. Now they've been trained for image bullshit, not talent. Talent is gone. Image is here, like the old Sprite commercials. You know what I'm saying? You could look at, a lot of groups back then. The guys weren't the most handsome guys in the world. They wasn't the Eric Benets of the damn world. You know what I'm saying? You look at everybody in the Commodores except for Lionel Richie, you'd be like, holy shit, look at these jokers.
Yeah.
That was just the music. Music wasn't about image so much as it is now. Now you get somebody like Frida Payne. Frida Payne, super gorgeous woman. Like I said, Donna Summer, super gorgeous woman. They were the minority. The majority are the regular looking girls with a big voice.
Yeah.
And the guys. Look at Dobie Gray. Give me the big boys to free my soul. I want to get lost in your rock and roll. Like Dobie Gray looked like he just fell off a turnip truck. But that's my man. Because nobody cared. Sam and Dave, nobody cared.
Let me do you one better. Let me do you one better. And I know you can relate to this. It's a Friday night, Saturday night. You're over by your auntie or uncle's house, and they're playing Pitty Pat.
Okay.
And all of a sudden you hear the OJs. You're my darling, darling baby. Well, yeah. That shit made your game tighter. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It made your game tighter. You know, or the Manhattan Transfers.
Right.
I think it's Manhattan. Ask her, does she have a friend for me? Who was that song? I can't think of the name of that singer. That song. I don't think it was Manhattan Transfers.
Right. But
just man.
But yeah, I mean, now things are so different now. You know, I wish somebody would do a documentary on this and show how detrimental this has been for Black people coming. I mean, it's a generational thing now. I wish somebody, because like I said, you listen to the radio back in those days. There was no MTV. And you got to realize MTV was on for a minute before Black people started to get on and start making videos and stuff like that. That was more the English groups that started a lot of that more than the American groups did. English people was doing videos back in the 70s, way before MTV. The English people were. So when you listen to music back then, you are captivated with the song, not the image of the people that singing them.
Right.
Because you might not ever see them. You know, like somebody like Bobby Caldwell. Do you know for 100 years, nobody knew Bobby Caldwell was white?
All right.
That sing, what was that song? I bet you wonder how I feel. What you won't do. Do for love. And do you know, even on that album, I had that album, he's not on there. Did you know that? His picture is not on there.
And you know, you can put that same category, Stevie. Boss Skaggs. I thought that was a Black guy for years.
Exactly.
White.
Exactly. Right. And do you know a group like Steely Dan never put their pictures on their albums? Go back and buy them. Go back and look at them. Steely Dan never put their pictures on their albums. So you never knew what they looked like. And that's why they appeal to so many people.
Oh, man.
Because it was about the music, not the image. You know, and not, I mean, like I said, you might hear a song for hell a year before you see the guy on American Bandstand or something. And you go, oh, that's what he looks like.
That's what he looked like, yeah. Man. Shit, Steely Dan. Shit. Woo, man. You're young enough to remember.
Walter Becker, I grew up listening to Steely Dan. I didn't know what Walter Becker and Donald Fagen looked like until late 80s.
Damn.
Late 80s, and I seen them on a concert they did, and that was on cable, like an HBO thing. Yeah. I'm like, man, these the two guys have been making all this goddamn music.
I wonder how many babies were made from Donald Fagen's The Night Fly. Boy, you drop that needle, IGY comes on. Boom, boom, boom. Oh man. Woo! Boy, those legs open up. Shit.
Right.
The old days, man.
Like now, Tim is saying Doobie Brothers Hall & Oates. Oh, brother, you saw them on everything. They was on everything. Doobie Brothers, they was on every. You knew what all of them looked like. Hell, they was even on What's Happening, on the episode of What's Happening. Doobie Brothers. You know?
But Mr. Dunbar, I can't do this. But you got to just tell Bruno. Brother Bruno, what you doing for sleep? Brother Bruno put the whole fucking suit.
Brother Bruno, can I talk to you for a second?
You say this is how I hit the play button?
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, Hall & Oates, they was on everything. They had that thing is back in those days, guys. You would go to the record store and get albums, and that's how you knew who the artists were and what they looked like. You see them on the album, you know what I'm saying? But if you never went and bought the album, you just listened to it on the radio, you never knew what they looked like because it wasn't a lot of shows. Wasn't a lot of shows other than, you know, Don Kirshner's rock concert, American Bandstand, this, that, and the other. And if you didn't watch those shows, you didn't get a chance to see a lot of those artists. Now, Soul Train promoted everybody. If you had a hit, Duncan Eagles would put you on the show. So you pretty much knew a lot of those guys. But some of the other shows, if you wasn't really into them, you didn't really get to see a lot of those guys. That might have been what I think Becker and Fagan did. It might have been Don Kirshner's rock concert.
What about the Midnight Special? Remember that used to come on?
Yeah. But it came on late.
Right.
You know, but I'm just saying, man, I don't know how we've evolved all the way into what we're talking about right now, man. But I guess it all some kind. Oh, we was talking about somebody was talking about winning Grammys, and I was talking about Beyonce winning a Grammy, and she's won the most Grammys and with no competition. So it's kind of like Arnold Schwarzenegger winning 6 Mr. Olympias before he won his 7th, but most of his Mr. Olympias was unopposed. They never tell you about that. So in essence, you know, he had no competition because he was the outstanding body of the early 70s. So that's easy to do. But nowadays, guy win Mr. Olympia one year, that don't mean he's gonna win it the next year because the competition is so stiff. Or Super Bowls, the competition is so stiff. Or World Series, the competition is so stiff. And you have certain teams get that little run, but you got to go through hell to do it. So when it comes to Beyonce, hell, who can't win? She's still putting out good quality music. She's the only one. She's the only one in her category. So when she goes up against somebody like Jennifer Lopez, even when the last time she put something out? But she got to have writers. People don't realize Beyonce is a hell of a writer herself. A lot of people don't know that. Some of these other girls like Jennifer Lopez, they ain't never wrote a song in their life. They gimmicks, a fly girl, a dancer. Can't sing. All that stuff is studio mixed. Not a real vocalist. You know how you can tell who a real vocalist is? Do the national anthem. And just like Kurt Russell said on the movie The Thing, then we're going to know who's who. Yeah. It's a storm blowing in 4 hours. Then we're going to know who's who. Yeah. Sing the national anthem. Then we'll get to see how good you can sing, how good you can really sing. Because that is the one song you can't fake it, Jimmy. You can't fake it. They can't mix it up. You got to do it live. See what happened to Carl Lewis. See what happened to him. Oh, say can you and the wait a minute. And the dawn early light. I mean, I was like, God damn. Oh my goodness.
And you know what? Stevie, they're gonna be looking for someone to replace Whitney's version of it for the next 100 years. Ain't gonna come close.
That ain't coming close. That is what we call, in the words of the inscrutable Hans on the movie with Bruce Lee, Enter the Dragon, your skills are extraordinary. That's what that was. Her vocals are extraordinary. That's not normal. Okay? It's good.
Was Jim Kelly in that movie?
Huh?
Was Jim Kelly in that movie?
Yeah, Jim Kelly was in that movie. You know, that is probably the most watched kung fu movie in the history of mankind.
Well, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that's what Hans told him.
Yeah. And where did Bruce hang out when he went to California? He hung out in Oakland with the brothers. That's where you get that swag from.
Well, that's where yeah, that's right. He sure did.
You get that swag from the brothers, man.
That's right.
Yeah, Bruce.
Yeah.
Bruce was accepted, man. Bruce
Yeah, he was.
accepted.
He was, man.
Them shoes on that Volkswagen, that jacket. And I know one thing. I tell you one thing. Bruce Lee never said, "I think they're being biased against me." Sonny Arnold gonna kick my ass, huh?
No. That's implicit bias.
Implicit bias.
Do you also know that dude was a ballroom dancing champion?
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
That's what I'm saying. It wasn't anything this dude couldn't do, man. Yeah, right. Dude, he got so fascinated with dancing when he came back to America, because he was born here, went to Hong Kong, and then his parents sent him back here. You know, when he became like, I guess 18, 19 or something like that, because he'd get in trouble. So yeah, became a ballroom dancing champion.
Man,
and a karate guy.
Kato could do anything from the Green Hornet. Shit.
Yeah, when I saw that, then I seen some when they were doing the documentary. I seen some of the old films. That Bruce could get down, bro.
Oh yeah,
he could get down.
He was something else, man. He had it. He had it, man. Shit. So, but
anyway, Jimmy.
Who you pulling
for? Guys out there that's watching on Instagram, man, we got to get ready to get out of here, man. I don't know what happened to my Instagram. It went blank. But anyway, it's like it stopped by itself. That's weird. That's really weird. Which is kind of unusual. It's never done that before. Not that I can remember. Oh well. But yeah, Jimmy.
Power on.
Another good show.
Bluetooth.
Ladies and gentlemen out there.
Bluetooth connected.
I hated we turned the show into the black and white show, and Jimmy turned into Vince Russo tonight. That really wasn't my intentions, okay? I really wasn't my intention. But you know, Jim and I can talk about everything. We try to keep it light. You know, we try to keep it light and things like that. But every now and then, things kind of go awry. Whereas we get on stuff, and it's hard to get off, man. We get on things sometimes, it's hard to get off. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, it is what it is. I'm not finding your page on Facebook. Well, there's plenty of people watching on Facebook right now. I'm looking at them. So just go to, if you're friends with me on Facebook, I don't know what to tell you. But Stevie ain't but one Stevie Ray, baby. Ain't but one. Some fake ones out there, I got rid of them. Ain't but one Ray Dog, baby. So I don't know what you're looking at. But at the end of the day, go to YouTube. Can't fake the funk. Can't fake the funk, Jimmy. Hey, y'all. Appreciate y'all greeting Jimmy back in the world. He's back on the most dangerous podcast out there. He's back. He laid it down tonight. Jimmy, any parting words, brother?
Well, quickly, I'm trying to find out why would I turn into a Jewish wrestling writer? At least Jimmy didn't turn into Dave Meltzer. The hell that's supposed to be?
Calcutta. I don't know what Calcutta talking about. Don't worry, man. Calcutta, I'm cutting him off as soon as the show goes off.
What the hell is going on, man?
I'm blocking Calcutta. And who's Mother Boy? Who's Mother Boy?
Let the man explain himself. But hey, man, listen. Good to be back after 2 months. And I'm going to say I really enjoyed being on the show, man. I hope let's try to have a good year this year. And you know me, brother. Be one.
Be one. For my man Jimmy, I'm Stevie Ray. See you tomorrow night. Hopefully we can find Sonny Ono. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm going to be looking for him. But in the words of Jimmy, be one, peace, and I'm out.